We're almost done with our slow stitch journal made from my inspiration bundles listed on my Etsy site. I've already bound the journal with a 5-hole pamphlet stitch, added tuck spots, pockets, belly bands from our masterboard we made in the last video to random pages, and the slow stitch belly bands and clusters made. Videos are listed in the description for you to go back and watch if you missed. Hi everyone, Patty here. As we flip through, we will be adding ephemera and tags to these tuck spots and pockets and belly bands. I can't wait to show you this beautiful slow stitch journal made from my inspiration bundles. I call this journal Calm Retreat. This journal is a grungy, chunky journal in blues and browns with swirl and scroll patterns and random stamping. The lace that goes with this bundle is gorgeous in an antique champagne gold with lots of texture. We untie the straps and open this chunky journal to a beautiful scroll piece of tissue on an old book page. I arrange my ephemera on my side to start adding to the pages. The slow stitch piece made into a belly band works perfectly for adding a journaling card too. We have our dangle added to this page that I raised off the page with foam glue dots so the dangle hangs nicely on it. In this paper sack, we can add a postcard. I went through all of my ephemera and pulled out old book cards, journal cards, tags that match my blue and brown themes for a calm retreat balance. A piece of washi tape that I made with words, link for this is in the description, and a book page with a postcard for this pocket. We have lots of journaling spaces on pages with flip outs. I can't wait to use some of the shorthand textbook pages for a secret note behind some of these flip out pages. Some of the textbook pages have handwriting on them, and that adds so much movement to the pages. It's kind of hard to see in the video. Flip out envelopes with more journaling cards, and on the flap of the envelope, we have another one of our tie-back beads that we made in the dangle video. The clusters we sewed onto our page at the top and bottom so we can pull a tag out from either side. Corner pockets are perfect for our journal card, postcard, and a blank tag we can always add something to later. I love how the faux wax seal we made in the dangle video turned out with this cluster. The other side of the brown paper sack holds another journal card. Faux rice paper that comes in your inspiration bundle has lots of paper attached under it for added journal space. I love the feel of this faux rice paper, and you can almost see through it for added depth. Pocket with a collage added to the side with a textbook card and tag. This pocket has several layers to it with the packaging paper sewn along one side and a pocket made from the wood grain digital papers I chose to go with this bundle. I love the dangles we made and have added to various pages throughout. I added to this dangle the embroidery thread that I had left over on the paper spool that comes in the bundle. The window envelope is a flip out with a silhouette cut out from a die cut and the words Calm Retreat printed out on my printer. Here we have the belly band from our masterboard that we had trouble using the punch over the thick layers in the material that I ended up cutting short, but it's perfectly fit for a horizontal belly band. One of our 3-fold flip-out pages, this belly band we embossed with a swirl pattern to keep repetition throughout this brown and blue journal, and the swirls and scroll pattern with a cute folded pocket design that fits right into the band. I tried to add as many pockets and flip-outs and envelopes for those special surprises. Slow stitch with embroidery thread you can see through onto the back side of this page adds so much detail and fine line work. Slow stitch looks good from both sides of this cluster added to the page. This cluster I used the wrong glue, and you could see it through the material and it pulled up easily. So I folded it and added a running stitch with embroidery thread to the side and covered up the glue. I tried to keep the frayed edge where you can see it. When doing this final flip through, you always find places that need a bit of rework. It was hard to sew it after it had already been glued on, but I like how it turned out in the end, better than those glue blobs showing. I tied it off on the back for you couldn't see the knot. And added a few foam glue dots to adhere it to the page and get it to lay flat. Fray a little more on the edges. More depth and dimension. I like it. Three-fold flip-out page has a hand-drawn flower on a book page. Another little pocket for a journal tag. I used a bone to help open the pocket to get the tag to fit down into the pocket better. I had glued this pocket on, so it was just a little tight for fitting my tag into, and the bone opened it up nicely. I thought it needed just a little more color, so I added a ticket with blue onto the tag. Page tabs are included in your bundle and are added to random pages. This pocket I attach sideways on the page and add a tag with a little ribbon on top to pull it out easier from the pocket. Plenty of ribbon comes in your bundle. Another bead we made together added to this page with a pocket for journal cards. Belly bands work great for large journal cards and postcards. This page I added holes and stitched using some of the yarn that comes in your bundle. The texture and the feel of this yarn is so fun. Another pocket added to the page horizontally for added interest. You keep finding pieces that will fit. From my stack of ephemera, add some distress ink around the edges to keep the grungy balance on our pages. This is a leftover piece of the cluster that came in the bundle that works great with this page, as the magazine page has a couple birds on it. The slow stitch cluster I just added a tag to and left the beautiful cluster stand on its own. I think the material clusters we made into belly bands turned out so well and add form and value to these pages. Don't fear to add pockets horizontal, vertical, or even to the top of your page, because to the top of the page it's perfect to add a postcard so you can see the writing. I had so much fun drawing on an old textbook page, adding watercolor pieces for this corner pocket. Your bundle comes with this tuck spot where you can add all sorts of fun pieces. Of course, a little distressing with the edges helps everything. Add a little more ribbon to the tag for easier pull out. I like to trim my edges of my ribbon in a diagonal. This flip out is embossed and is a pocket to add more ephemera that can be seen from both sides. That bone works good for helping insert pieces down in tight pockets. Our little envelope we did with the magazine words holds a few pieces you can add anywhere to your journal. It's always handy for later. Pockets and more pockets are included in this journal, and ATC fits perfectly in this size of pocket. We had a piece of the lace left over from the journal cover, and I used it to color several pages throughout the journal as a stencil, and then used the lace on this page to hold a journaling card. Little piece of the leftover distressed and added to the tag or the pocket. More journal cards with a slow stitch cluster and tags to this pocket. I love how the button pops out over the pocket and holds the card up for staggering heights to our journal cards. This cluster with a coffee filter that comes in the bundle, cheesecloth, ribbon, and another bead we had made. I think it might be my favorite. The words calm are throughout the journal with collages of material. This band is made with some of the dyed material we made for the tie but didn't use, so I ruffled it and made another belly band. Collages of material and stamped pieces. No, maybe this is my favorite belly band with our material, which you can see in the video making a journal cover listed in the description. I had a stamped tree on some blue paper that looked great behind this belly band. Corner pocket filled with a piece of my vision board I made before I started putting together the inspiration bundles to lay out my colors, patterns, and thoughts. I don't think you can have too many belly bands and tuck spots in a journal, and this beautiful packaging paper under this piece is perfect. I added some rub-on decals to a couple tags for this small pocket. It doesn't hold much, but this adds just a little interest to the tags. This corner will work for the last tile that came in the bundle kit. I just added a bulb pin and put a hole reinforcer onto the page. You can always change the color of your reinforcer holes with a little distress ink. I added the reinforcer to both sides of the page. I just happened to have a stray bead on my desk, so I added it to the bulb pin before the tile. One piece of the material left, so I'm putting it into this pocket, or maybe it looks better on the next page in the larger pocket. So this corner pocket gets a few more cards and tags varying in sizes. With some of our ribbons added to the tops. Back to the larger pocket and layering several pieces of ephemera. We have pockets on the front cover and the back cover to add whatever tidbits you may like. This may be my chunkiest journal I have made, but I had so much fun I couldn't quit adding pieces and parts. What's your biggest, chunkiest journal you have made? Leave it in the comments. This is my completed flip through. I had to readjust a few pieces to get them to fit in nicely. They were just sticking out just a little too far, and I hadn't gotten them down into the sacks. Oh, how I love the feel of this cover with all of the texture. I thought the lace on the back kept flipping up, so I went back and added some fabric fusion glue to it to keep it in place. I just used a toothpick and just added a small dab on a couple little spots, and that just helped hold that down. See how it keeps flipping up? That's the glue I should have used when I was making that cluster that I had to readjust on the other page. I hope you've enjoyed series of inspiration videos as much as I did. Happy creating your next journal. See you next time.